What is up, gang? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And we have the rare drop day preview coming to you from the Crypto Pro channel. You know that I have been so busy in the last few months with my consulting business and my body shop and all of the things that I have going on in my life that I don't normally do drop day previews. But this one is very important, and I had to get a quick video put up to share my thoughts. This will be absolutely unrehearsed because I'm going to just tell it to you exactly how it is and give you my first thoughts and run you through the process of how I decide what my strategy is going to be. So let's break it off and jump into the black and white. All right, now as you can see, what I have as the background picture is the sliding Batman. And apparently there's been some talk in the group about the sliding Batman showing up in the intro of my brief video intro, and wondering if this means that I believe that this particular item will bear some significance to my strategy. And to answer your question, yes. Now, was this planned? No, it was not. But there is a lesson that I learned when it comes to items that show up that have been previously used and displayed on the Splash app when opening up VeVe, or the Splash screen rather. So keep that in mind. Now, let's go to the Medium page and run through the article and look at the items. And I'm going to share with you my thoughts off the cuff, and then we're going to talk about the sliding Batman. Now, it has been over 1 year since the first Series 1 Batman Black and White came out. In fact, I think there was some Batman Black and White on the app right before I had joined VeVe at the end of February of 2021. I think that's it, because I remember buying off the market back in the old days when they would have a drop and those items would sit there on the app for days, weeks, and in fact months. I remember saying no to the Eduardo Riso Batman because I thought it was too expensive. And I remember waiting on buying the Todd McFarlane Batman because there were too many editions. And then I remember after waiting for a month, the day that they disappeared off of the market, and I had a complete meltdown panic attack. I ended up having to buy one off of eBay, and then I also traded some items and acquired a second one of which I eventually sold for 1,000 gems. But the original one I kept, that I paid 131 gems for in a trade. I traded 3 items for my Todd McFarlane Batman, and I still have it to this day. So at any rate, I don't remember when the first one dropped. I think it was before I got on the app, but during that time period, we saw several of this series come out, and I have bought at least one item from every series of Batman Black and White ever since. So I am a big fan of Batman Black and White, and we know that a lot of these items have had tremendous future value. They have grown, and we've even seen the ones that got the most ridicule, such as the Batman Who Laughs, that stayed on the app for months before it sold out. And I started stacking them at below retail while everyone thought that I was crazy for stacking up Batman Who Laughs. And I did get the last laugh after the price went up. I don't even remember what the peak was. I think it was 250 gems. At one point, I had about 12 Batman Who Laughs, and I think I'm sitting on 8 of them still. I've sold a few at a profit. Well, let's get back to the point. Here we go. Series 6. And we're going to start out with the common. All of these items are amazing, and I'll probably end up owning 3 of the 4. I don't know about the ultra rare, and I'll tell you why once we get down to that particular item. So here's the Jim Lee Batman version 3, and the artwork is just fantastic. I love this pumped up Arnold Schwarzenegger looking Batman. I like the facial structure. I like the shading. I like the cape. This is going to be a great one, and it's only 40 gems. We have 16,800 editions, which should be plenty enough for those of you who want one to get one on the drop. Now, I'm not going for this one right off the bat, but I'm going to hopefully jump back and get it before it sells out or get a rebound. So for 40 gems, I'm coming out of pocket. I will get a job at McDonald's and make up for the damage that I'm about to put forth on this drop. Even though I've got 120 gems at the moment, but I might go shopping tonight and I might have to get more gems. Recently, I was able to acquire 325 gems thanks to Dokta Strange, who gave me the tip-off that I could trade in my 32,000 Google Play points for gems. I purchased the gems. I think it's 1,000 points gives you, 10 gems, something like that. So I was able to get 320 gems. Went on a shopping spree, and that's how I surpassed the 1,000 limit. Now, the next one, here he is. It's the sliding Batman. Wow. I'm telling you what, again, the artwork is amazing. The shading is amazing. The highlights are amazing. I like everything about this Batman. And no, I did not know when this one would show up. I hadn't even thought about it. Not once have I ever thought about this one coming up on a drop in the future after using this for my brief splash screen to my videos, for my VeVe video updates. It's just stuck in my mind. I have such an appreciation for this thing after it being in my videos for so long that I will be going for this one probably first and foremost. I don't want to have the drop sell out and not have this one. I have to have this one right off the bat. So this is going to be my first choice. And this is a hard one. It's between this one and the next one. So the Doug Mankey Batman that they're calling Gravity Defying, that's kind of cool, comes in at 12,800 editions at a list price of 50 gems. I also think that this is enough that everyone who is seeking to get this one should be able to get it now that we have cleaned up so much of the awful bot activity that's been going on. In fact, we've even seen some drops not selling out for at least 10 seconds. Which is just crazy. I mean, who would have ever thought that we would go back to the old days of seconds passing before a drop sells out? I'm loving it. So you better take advantage of that while you can, because it's not going to last long. The bot people might figure out a way to cheat the system again, or at best case scenario, once this user base grows, it might be legal obtaining of items in great demand from so many users that causes these to go back to selling out in a tenth of a second. So 50 gems, 12,800. This is going to be my first choice. Now the next one, oh man, I'm telling you what, I love this. I love it. I will have one, and I'd love to have this in addition to my Batman Who Laughs. Okay? And I'm not one to say that I know the history behind this because I haven't had time to read up on it. But this cape is absolutely cool. We don't have the same jacket. We have a different outfit here, but we have this thing on the cable, which is similar to the chain and the hunk of metal that the Batman Who Laughs is holding. So I think this would be a great complement to the Batman Who Laughs. So this is your Kenneth Rockefort Batman. Did I pronounce that right? Rockefort? And it is our rare 6,800 editions of 60 gems. Should be enough that you should have a good chance of snagging this. However, even though it's close, I actually almost like this better than the sliding Batman, but I don't. And so this is a close second, but I've got to go for this one first. In fact, I'm going to have to tell you right now, as I'm thinking about this, I'm going to go for the uncommon first. Then I will go for the common. And I'm going to put this one down at third place. And it's not for any reason of future value. That's not the reason. It's just because I like this artwork on the common. And we know how well commons tend to do as time goes on. Remember what happened with the common Spider-Man and how many there were and what the value of that common Spider-Man is right now and how it surpassed the uncommon. All right, so I think that we will have a chance of snagging this one in the market at a decent price because we are still at the end of the distribution phase, possibly entering into the accumulation phase of the market, which means that we should have a dip in prices and then it crawls back up and we should have a chance of acquiring items at or just below retail before they increase over the retail price. Now, when we are in the consolidation or markup phase during the parabolic phase, that's when you're going to pay a premium for getting items on the market, and there's no chance of them dipping back down below the retail. The chances are very slim of that. Okay, this brings us to the ultra rare, which kind of gives me vibes of the Dad Bod Batman, but I like this one better than Dad Bod. I think this is really cool. And since I am a grandpa, I have 2 grandbabies. I love them to pieces. I have an appreciation for Raphael Grandpa Batman. That's kind of interesting. Now, my question is Grandpa this guy's last name, Raphael Grandpa? Or is it the name of the Batman, the Raphael Grandpa Batman? From the mind of superstar Brazilian comic book artist and writer Raphael Grandpa. Grandpa. How do you say that? With the accent grave? Or is that accent aigu? People in France, can you tell me? Or is that a Spanish thing? I don't know what it is, but I guess that's his name. Don't listen to me. I don't know. Now, I will not be going for this in the drop. Reason being, there's only 3,800, which tells me that the chances are slim to none. Now, while you might be able to have a better chance of acquiring this with the bot activity being a lot less than what it was before the cleanup, if you miss, you could strike out on all of these. I personally would rather come away with something than nothing. And since, regarding the artwork and the appreciation, since this is the one I like the most for personal reasons and reasons of my video intro, and since this is the one I like second as far as the artwork, that's why I would not risk missing this one and then missing everything else. Even though there's a slight chance that these could dip below retail after the market opens. Case in point, the kit car. All right, when Knight Rider came out, I did not think that it was going to dip below retail. I thought it was going to be 300, 400, 500 gems. And what happened? It dipped below retail. It went down as low as 90 gems. And then it started to shoot up, and I was able to pluck one out of the market because I missed the drop. And every single rebound, I was able to get one for 119 gems. And now, of course, it's in the 120s to 130s range. It did peak at about 250, but it's settled down. So now that the bots are out of the way, I think there is a good chance that you will be able to pick up this complete set at a reasonable cost. Even though I'm not looking to complete this set, unless this one's really, really cheap, unless it's very, very low. I mean, with a retail price of 90, I'm thinking that we're going to be looking at low, maybe 100s, maybe around 120 to 150 once we get onto the market. But I've spent enough on my buying spree to hit the 1,000 items that I don't need to complete this set. I'd like to have this one, but I don't have a hankering for it. However, I would like to have at least one of this one, of the rare, and then I would like to stack the Doug Monkey Batman. Doug Monkey. Doug Monkey Batman. I want the Monkey Batman. And I also am planning on stacking the common. And I don't care how long it takes. If it's 1 year of accumulating, I'm telling you what, you're going to see me doing videos talking about stacking these 2 items. It's going to happen. Mark my words. So that's my thoughts. I don't know if I can think of anything else that I might mention on this other than the fact that all of these items in the black and white releases have done well. I don't think there's a single one that we can call a failure. And even the, Bruce Wayne Robin, is that the name of it? It's still above 80. I've got 5 of him left. I had like 12 of them and I sold them when the peak hit. And I'm keeping the last 5 where people had given up on it and didn't think it was going to do anything. So I do believe that these will do well, and I plan on holding them at least until the next market cycle peak, and if not 6 months to a year, long term, because I've got plenty of the first several season 1 Batman Black and White editions and season 2 that I'll be able to sell those within the next year and put these away as an investment for cashing out later. That's not financial advice. You make your own plans and assess your own financial situation. Don't base it off of what I am doing, even though I'm willing to share my advice. That is all we have for this preview. I would like you to like, comment, and subscribe. And I want to thank you for supporting the channel and being there with me along this great journey as we stack up these collectibles with champagne wishes and caviar dreams, hoping one day to be rich, selling our items for millions of dollars each. That, or we'll all sit around broke as we watch the values dwindle to nothing. I'm just kidding. I think that this market is going to do well, and I'm in this for the long haul. I'm bullish, baby. Are you bullish? Let me know. That's all I got. This is Carlton, and I am out.